And we are here on the Averett Sports Network to bring you a presentation of Averett University basketball as they take on baseball, as they take on the battling Bishops of North Carolina Wesleyan here at Owen Fulton Field. My name is Eddie Glenn, and I'm joined by Trevor Ramagos.
Nice day today, Eddie. Sunny, mid-50s.
Almost nice enough to make you think you're playing basketball.
Yep, about.
Up on the mound for the Cougars is going to be Ryan Traylor, starting the game off at pitcher. Drew Chubb will be pitching for North Carolina Wesleyan. Up to bat is Max Johnson for the Bishops.
In game one, Averett lost 12-0 to Wesleyan. Second game of the doubleheader. See if Averett can rebound and get the win this time.
2-2 count here for Traylor. And that inside pitch will be called a strike for the first out of the inning for Traylor.
Beautiful pitch right on the inside.
Up to bat, number 6, Brad.
It's got him looking.
Now we'll bring up second baseman Brad Pennington. And that pitch just grazes that outside corner for a strike.
I don't know. We'll take it.
And there's another one in the same spot.
No, from up here, maybe they look a little low, Eddie, but definitely take it. He's up to a 0-2 start already on this batter.
And that one carries just a little bit more than what he wanted, so 1-2 count, 1 out. And Trevor, that one looked like it took a dip all the way down right before it hit the plate.
It skipped right up at the catcher.
And that ball is going to be popped up, and Tickle's going to be able to carry over and get the second out of the inning. So early in this first inning, 2 up, 2 down. So far, Nate Gardner will step up. He was a designated hitter for this game. He pitched the last game. He also plays quarterback for their football team. So dual sport athlete will ground this one out to left field. Right past Chase McKinney and Nick Taylor.
Wesleyan has a base runner with 1 out.
Up to bat, number 36, Trey Broom.
We thought Traylor was going to hopefully get out of it 3 up, 3 down. It's all right.
And the Cougars last game didn't play bad. It was just 2 or 3 innings where Wesleyan was able to really put in a good amount of work. So the Cougars looking to, early on in this game, get some momentum behind them and carry it through.
Yeah, on the way in, Eddie, I saw there was only 2 innings that Wesleyan scored, and they scored 5 and 7. So really, just those, if you take those innings away, it's a whole different game.
Traylor with a 6.52 ERA this year. He's got 8 appearances, 4 starts, and 21 strikeouts. Too far inside. Takes the count to 2-1. Looked like he was trying to go back to that pitch where you called 2 strikes in a row on that low and outside.
Low and outside. Just didn't get the call this time.
But 3-1 pitch will be lifted up towards center field and will be caught by A.J. Hart. So the Cougars doing a good job that inning. They will step up to the plate to try and get some early momentum here in the bottom of the first inning. And so we are back here. Owen Fulton Field score 0-0 after the top of the first inning. Cougars were able to get out off of the field back in the dugout, and Kyle Vidano will step up first for the Cougars.
Be facing the Wesleyan starter today, Drew Tubb. He's 3-1 on the season. The first pitch is high for ball 1 to start it off to Vidano. Next pitch is low in the middle again. Bring it to 2-0. Vidano's kind of dirty already. He had a dive and catch. It was in the last game.
A beautiful diving catch that he laid out for.
And this one is grounded out to the second baseman, who tosses it over in time for the first out.
And Vidano did a good job right there of trying to dig it out. He almost made it.
Yeah, he almost did get
over
there.
the first. Made it all the way to the dirt before he got thrown out on the grounder to second.
He's one of those people. You can't take your time, or else he'll be there, and you'll be like, what happened?
Him and Smithers for sure have the speed to kill. So, as we mentioned, number 2, Dallas Smithers steps up and shows bunt.
First pitch, he tried to bunt. I think he just fouled it. They were not ready either. He probably would have beat that one out too, Ed. Second pitch, Smithers just fouled off. Smithers is batting .272 on the season with 28 hits. He also he leads the team with 14 RBIs. So if you can get some people on base for him to hit in, he's been the guy to do it for the Cougars this season.
And Smithers, with this being such a young team, and this baseball team at Averett, Smithers is one of the older guys that Coach Drew Bailey really leans on for support and experience up at the plate and out in the field.
The 2-2 pitch is low and away to bring it to full. Smithers is ready. They're both working quick. 3-2 pitch is fouled high and off to the left side. Must have been a little change our curveball because he was in front of that. All over it though. 3-2 pitch from Tubb, fouled off. And Smithers is making him work for the out. It's a little windy, huh? The wind's picked up just a bit, Ed.
And speaking of the weather, I know we They had mentioned it in the first game as that grounder went over to third and not able to hang on to it was Caleb Naron. Ricocheted off his glove and got back behind him, so that puts Smithers over on first base. And Trevor, as you mentioned, Smithers being on first, he doesn't need a hit to get around the bases. He can steal the bases at will, so you always have to watch him if you're on the mound.
And they will credit that as an error to Wesleyan. Now batting for the Cougars, Bradley Tickle, big first baseman, bats from the left side.
And Smithers 8 for 9 on the season for stolen bases and attempts. So very efficient when he wants to take the base.
First pitch is fouled off and out of play to the left side.
And you can tell Tickle wanted to send that one up and over the gate.
Yes, he did. Wanted to get this 2 runs on the board in the first inning. The 1 pitch to Tickle is fouled right into the Averett dugout. Everyone seems to be okay.
Making sure his teammates are awake over there in the dugout.
Yeah. Said, y'all better be watching me hit. Tickle is .290 on the season. Tied for second on the team with RBIs with 11. The 0-2. Nope. Snap throw to first. Smithers is back in time, though. Keeping him honest over there. As Eddie said, he's very fast.
0-2 pitch to Tickle.
Outside. Here's Smithers go. Throw down is not in time as he is in there second. And we're talking about it.
Will take second just like that.
Averett now has a runner in scoring position with 1 out. The 0-2 count to Tickle. If he can fight one off, Averett might take the lead early. Oh. The umpire at second has called a balk, and Tickle gets to third without even having to work for it.
And Smithers, that is, yes, absolutely. Not even having to worry about stealing and sliding. He stays up and gets over to third. Now Tickle can just get a single. That will put Averett on the board.
The 0-2 pitch is down. Gets away from the catcher just a bit, but not enough. I actually think Smithers caught him, made him make a mistake with his hesitation out there, and he kind of just stepped off and just got the balk. The 2-2 just inside, and Tickle has worked it back from 0-2 to 3-2. With the game's first run 90 feet away. This ball is smoked to the second baseman, who throws it in time to the first baseman.
That does bring Smithers in early on in this ball game, and also will bring up Chase McKinney to the plate after Smithers makes his way around the bases. And Trevor Smithers hit a single over to first, stole second, balked his way over to third, and got a single RBI all the way in. So he made his way around the around the bases in the time that Bradley Tickle was at base or on plate.
If he reached on the air, then he should always be on. Okay. But if he moved because of the air, then you have to play that.
2 outs. Chase McKinney up to bat. And he
sends this one up towards right field. And that is Max Johnson able to haul it in for the Battling Bishops. So the Cougars able to get a run on the board, 1-0 early. Your Cougars lead it. And we're back here at Owen Fulton Field where the Cougars were able to bring Smithers around the bases and back home for the first run of the evening. And that brings on Logan Andrews for the Battling Bishops. And he will send this one out towards center field. And that's A.J. Hart out there hauling it in for the Cougars. So Caleb Nairn will step up now. Number 29, third baseman who that ball ricocheted off his glove over there on that single from Smithers.
That ended up scoring the run off that error.
No gimmicks about that pitch, just fast and down the middle. Strike one.
Trailer is attacking the zone fast and early. And it is working. He is only giving up one hit so far. And struck out one. He pushes this one past the shortstop and into the gap and left. Wesleyan has a base runner.
Up to bat, number 27.
Top of the second.
So Alec Titmus will step up now with a runner over on first and just went out on the board. And he chops this one over to short. They're going for the double play and not able to get to it as it looks like Nick Taylor kind of got in the way after handing it off. But nevertheless, 2 outs on the board, and they keep the runner over on first. So this brings on Cedric Cornegie. It's a nice pitch from Trailer.
Like a little slider. Just caught the inside of the plate. Really good pitch, you're right, Ed.
Pick off the attempt doesn't work, but it does keep Nairn honest over there. Or Titmus, excuse me. This one will be sent up and deep towards right field. And that's a great catch from Tyler Bianco. So the Cougars able to not give up any runs that time. A good defensive effort out there on the field. 1-0 is the score. Cougars lead it. And we are back with catcher Neil Hutchins stepping up to the plate. And Hutchins, a solid hitter on the year, I believe. Before the last game, he came in pitching 279, or hitting 279, excuse me.
Tubb will go back to work after giving up a run in the first inning. First pitch is swung on and grounded to Titmus, who throws over just in time to Kroom for the first out of the inning.
And Hutchins almost beat that out. He was just a half a step behind the throw. Nevertheless, that brings up Matt
Tell
Togel.
you what, Ed, most of these Averett runners are pretty fast. Can't take your time throwing the ball down there. They were really hustling down the baselines. Perhaps steps in Matt Tuggle, DH. The curveball is down and away for ball one. The 1-0 is blind right up, almost off the tub, and Tuggle is on with a single for the Cougars.
And that brings on number 20, the shortstop, Nick Taylor, who was a part of that attempted double play, but nevertheless, he is up to bat with Tuggle over on first.
Tuggle isn't the fastest guy, fastest fellow over on first, so I'd be interested to see if the Cougars try to set a play, hit and run or something.
And Taylor swings on the one pitch that's low and inside. A big swing and a miss there.
He golfed for that one. It was a good curveball though. The 0-1 pitch is lined back up the middle and drops in for a single. Either the wind took it or the center fielder, Cornegray, just misread it. Nevertheless, it drops in. And the Cougars now have runners on first and second with the 1 out.
And as mentioned in the first game, the outfield is completely soaked from all of the precipitation we've been getting here lately. So anything that goes out there won't do any much rolling. Once it gets out there, it's going to hit the ground and stay there. So luckily that one was able to get up and get down right in front of the center fielder. So just like that, Tuggle and Taylor on base. Tuggle over in scoring position.
That'll be something to watch, too. The field conditions in the outfield could play a factor.
Tyler Bianco, a right fielder.
He attempted a bunt, missed it, almost got Tuggle thrown out at second, but he is back in time. Brings the count to 1-1 now. One pitch, Bianco is high. Looked to be a curveball, but he just lost it. Bianco is batting 304 in the season with 2 RBIs. He fouls this one right past our press box to the right.
That takes the count to 2-2. Getting 2 runners on, just 1 out.
Averett getting another chance to strike, only in their second at bat. Put up some more runs early. Two is grounded to the third baseman. Throw to second. The relay to first is not in time.
And what a fielder's choice over there from the third baseman and not go and tag his base and try and beam it over to first. But nevertheless, Tuggle over on third in scoring position. A.J. Hart at the plate with Bianco over on first.
I just saw the second baseman for the Bishops, Pennington, talk to the umpire about how the Averett base runners are sliding into the bag. He feels that they're kind of sliding into him. The umpire listened to him. Didn't say anything to Averett though.
Catching a good piece of that is A.J. Hart.
It's a little out in front, fouls it off to the left side. So Averett now has runners on third and first with 2 outs. Chance to score another run early in this game. Had the lead. Tubb looking in, gets to get the call. Hart will step out. Tubb throws back to Kroom at first, but back in time is Bianco.
And if A.J. Hart can send a grounder right here, right in between the shortstop and the second baseman, right out to center field, that would be probably most optimal for the Cougars, as there's a ton of space between the second baseman and shortstop.
Bishops must be worried about Bianco stealing. The shortstop is playing closer in to the bag. The 0-1 is fouled straight back. Bring the count to 0-2.
Bianco was stealing right there. He had go in his mind 100%.
Wind up in the stretch. Tubbs 0-2 pitch. Fouled back again.
So an 0-2 count, 2 outs on. Tuggle over on third, Bianco on first.
The 0-2 pitch to Hart is popped very high to left center. And the left fielder, Logan Andrews, will call it off and make the catch for the third out. We'll be back after this on your Averett Sports Network.
So up to bat for the battling Bishops will be Nick Beaver, the catcher. And he will send this one up right behind Neil Hutchins, trying to track it down, and does. That ball almost got away from him.
That was a good catch, though. Tell you what, the wind definitely took that one, how high it was.
And he had to flip that face mask off and get back, circle around the umpire.
He actually backhanded it, too.
So great athleticism from Neil Hutchins there as we come back to Max Johnson here for North Carolina Wesleyan. And that pitch called a strike, 1-1 count now. He will ground this one over to second base. Almost not able to hold on to it was Vidano, but able to gain his composure and get the second out. And that brings on Brad Pennington for the Bishops. Traylor doing a great job so far at the mound. And his team behind him is helping him out, only allowing 2 hits and no runs. This one fouled up and over Wesleyan's dugout. And What a drooper over to the right center field gap. And they were trying to throw him out at second, like he was turning and going to take second, but he stays over on first, and he gets on base. And this is that's pretty much as far as any Wesleyan players got so far today.
Yes. Trailer's been on his stuff so far early in this game.
Gardner up to bat. Watches that first strike go through for the 0-1 count.
Tell you what, the first 2 innings, he's gotten the first 2 outs quick, excuse me. And then the third out has gotten a hit each time. It's a little pattern. Let's keep it going. Get him out right here. Put Averett back at the bat.
So 1-1 count for Gardner as they tried to pick off before the last pitch. They tried to grab Pennington over there, but they had no success. So here's Trailer with the pickoff attempt again. No good. Gardner swinging and missing big. 1-2 count here. And swinging and missing again is Gardner. Trailer. Another strikeout here. So the Cougars, again, still lead through the top of the third. We'll bring you the bottom of the third inning right after this. Up to bat for the Cougars is Kyle Vadano.
Vadano grounded out in the first inning. First pitch is high, not side for a ball. The 1-0 is high and inside for ball 2. Tubbs 2-0 pitch down and away for ball 3. 3 straight balls. Vadano steps back in. The 3-0 pitch.
And that one just grazes that outside part of the box, makes it 3-1.
It's the 3-1 pitch.
And Vadano sends that one over to second base. He's going to try and dig it out, but he's thrown out. After a great attempt, this brings on Dallas Smithers, who has the sole run of this game.
Smithers last time got on, stole first, balked to third, and then was brought home on a fielder's choice. It's the only run for the game so far. Tubbs' first pitch is a curveball that drifts outside to bring the count to 1-0. The 1-0 pitch from Tubbs, another curveball, this time in the zone, right down the middle for strike one. The 1-1 pitch is another curveball. This is popped in out of play down the first base line. So 3 straight curveballs from Tubb. Gotta think he's coming back with something hard now with 2 strikes. See if Smithers is ready. The 1-2 pitch, he was fastball, but it skips the ground right before the plate to make the count 2-2. Tubbs' 2-2 pitch is a curveball. It is lined, but caught and left.
And that one looked like it had some promise to it, but like you said, the wind kind of died as it looks like the flag is done waving.
Yeah, it stopped. He had timed it good, too.
So this brings on Bradley Tickle with 2 outs on the board and no runners on base.
I think that was some good coaching by Wesleyan because they have just shifted back to the right. They were playing him, I think, up and a little bit to the left, and that's exactly where he hit it. The 1 to Tickle is down and away to even up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch is a curveball, but low. Bring the count to 2-1. With 2 outs. 2-1 pitch swung on, tipped and missed.
And did they say you got a piece of it?
Yes.
I was going to say a big swing and a miss there from Tickle.
But he just got a piece.
And there's a piece there. Sending it back over towards Wesleyan's dugout. So count 2-2 with 2 outs. With number 22 at catcher, a whole lot of 2s going on.
Tubbs 2-2 fouled off the catcher's mask.
And Tickle not going down easy at the plate. His 3rd foul ball in a row.
The Averett batters have been making Tubb work for it today. Trying to get his pitch count up. The 2-2.
He gets a hold of a good piece of that one, but sends it foul over past Averett's dugout.
Tubb will go back to work. His 2-2 pitch. Change up, grounded to the first baseman who will take it himself and retire the side for Averett. At the end of 3, Averett 1, Wesleyan 0. We'll be back in a moment.
And we're back here as the sun is peeking out over right behind us, peeking out of the clouds and showing its face. Cougars do lead 1-0 as Trey Kroom steps up to the plate. Kroom's a pretty stocky guy. If he can get behind the ball, he probably can put a lot of power behind it. A lot of those Wesleyan players are built pretty much the same way, really, really stocky.
Got a lot of power.
Showing off some of that power there as he gets a hold of that ball and sends it deep into the woods. Foul ball, 1-1 count. And this one's hit out towards the center left field gap and hauled in by Dallas Smithers. Able to hawk that one down and really haul it in. As that ball like it had a lot of hang time on it.
Yes. I say if that wind was still blowing, that might have carried it out. But beautiful play by left fielder.
And way to not give up by Dallas Smithers as again that ball looked like it was carrying out, but
and he tracked that thing down.
Yeah, he did. This brings on Logan Andrews. Ball chopped down to third base and thrown out at first.
Again, 2 quick outs for Trailer here in the top of the 4th.
So Caleb Nairn will step up with 2 outs and no one on base. Pitch comes in high for the second ball, 2-0 count. And this ball sent up towards center field and hauled in there. Great play by A.J. Hart to sprint up and catch that ball at the front of his hand. So the Cougars still lead it here, 1-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning.
And we are back here at the bottom of the 4th on the Averett University Sports Network. But Chase McKinley steps in the bat here to lead it off for the Cougars in the bottom of the 4th. And Tubbs' first pitch is called for a strike. Beautiful breaking ball right at the knees on the outside. This 0-1 pitch is low and away to bring the count even at 1-1. 1-1 pitch is popped into shallow right. Not much trouble for Johnson out there. Retires him.
So this brings
First out
on
in the inning.
catcher Neil Hutchins, the junior transfer for the Cougars.
Again, this is the second game of two of a doubleheader of 2 7-inning games today. Wesleyan took the first game 12-0. We are in the bottom of the fourth here in the second with Averett up 1-zip. First pitch to Hutchins is about belt high and called for a strike. Second pitch is a curveball. Appeared to be in the strike zone, but not. Brings the count even to 1-1.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe that one carried just a bit inside, but this pitch comes in low and outside for a 2-1 count. 2-1 pitch. Hutchins gets a piece of it and will send it foul. Tracking it down was Trey Kroom and was able to bring it in.
Up to bat, number 31,
Matt Tuggle will step in with 2 outs on the board for the Cougars.
First pitch to Tuggle is low and away for ball 1. One 0 to Tuggle. The curveball low and away for ball 2. And now the wind's picking up just a little bit again. Wind's been on and off a lot today, Ed, during our games.
And Tuggle swinging hard for that pitch. 2-1 count now.
One to Tuggle. Fouled off. And
sending this one out.
Sent up high and will be caught by left fielder Logan Andrews. So after 4, the score, Averett 1, Wesleyan 0. We'll be back here.
Back here at Owen Fulton Field at Averett University's North Campus. Cougars lead it against North Carolina Wesleyan 1-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Ryan Traylor performing very well here on the mound and wasting no time to send in that first pitch for a strike. And Traylor must have came in ready with a set of pitches in mind because he is wasting no time. As soon as Titmus Reddy's up at the plate, he's sending his pitch in. 1-2 count now. 2-2 count for Trailer. Two pitch. Gets Titmus reaching, sends it back over to Trailer. Trailer. And the throw over to first, not in time.
Up to bat, number 12, Cedric Carnegie.
And so head coach Drew Bailey will step up to the umpire.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with that one either, Ed. I thought he just got him.
It was extremely close, and if this was the major leagues, we'd have 12 different cameras on first base able to see if he was actually safe or not. But
Yep.
it's all eyeball judgment.
And Bailey will take a stroll back to the dugout.
So this brings on Cedric Carnegie. With Titmus over on first. He showed bunt, but pulled it back. 0-1 count.
To be interesting, Ed. Down a run, no outs. Wesleyan's got to be looking to bunt here, get him over in the scoring position with only one out. Avoid the double play.
And as we saw on that chopper back down the Trailer, Titmus does have some speed on him. So like you said, this will be an interesting set of events. Back down the first base line. Thrown out is Carnegie. The sacrifice bunt sends Titmus over to second base.
Perfectly executed bunt by Wesleyan to move Titmus over to second, put him in scoring position. Trailer's been good all day. Let's see if he can get out of another one.
Catcher Nick Beaver at the plate. So after 2 straight balls, Hutchins is going to step up to talk to Trailer after he pitches 5 straight good innings. And there's Trailer back on track. 2-1 pitch coming up. Went out on the board. Titmus over on second base. Trailer decided not to send the pickoff throw backwards towards second base. Pitch down and away. Three-one pitch. Sent right up over Vidano. Couldn't get his glove on it. And that sends Titmus over to third.
Up to bat, number 21, Max Johnson.
Runners on first and third with one out. Averett's got to keep in mind, one ground ball could still get him out of this, though.
And with right fielder Max Johnson up to bat, Trailer looking to keep Wesleyan runless.
Wesleyan's leadoff hitter also.
Pitch long outside. It looked like one of those balls that the ump was calling a strike
Yeah,
early
at
on.
the beginning, yeah. Strike zone has changed a little. Here we go.
And the turn in for the double play. And they will
In
get
time. That was a big play they needed there, Ed. Keep the lead up for Averett.
it. So the Cougars able to get out of that jam with Titmus over on third. A nice double play by the Cougars. 1-0 Cougars lead it, headed towards the bottom of the 5th inning. So we're back with Nick Taylor up to bat. Cougars able to get out of a jam with runners on third and first in the top of the last inning. So they still lead 1-0.
Tubbs 0-0 pitch. Wow. That one looked very inside, but nevertheless called for a strike. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is a curveball. Looked outside also, but another strike. 0-2 to start it off. And Taylor fouled it off and started to run down the first, and the umpire said that he kicked it as he was out of the box running down. Therefore, he's out. So that will be the first out of the inning. Very odd.
Yeah, it was.
Strange events right there.
See Taylor turned around, not really knowing what to do, but he was called out. So 1-0 count for Bianco.
Well, at first, Ed, I thought the umpire was called a foul the way he was wailing his arms around like that, and then he made the out motion. 1-0 is high and away, brings the count to 2-0 for Bianco. The 2-0 is just in the zone for strike one, outside. The 2-1 pitch is low and away. 3-1. Tubb wants a new ball, and the ump will supply him with it.
Cougars with just one out on the board. Count sits at 3-1.
Here's Tubbs 3-1.
Bianco able to grab a good piece of that and send it out towards the Bishop's dugout.
Bring the count to a full. Here's Tubbs 3-2. Grounded on to third. And he dropped, the third baseman dropped the ball.
And you know what, Trevor? That's going to be his second error of the game, actually, on 2 ground balls.
And he is not happy with himself visibly. He let out a nice yell.
So this will bring on A.J. Hart, center fielder.
Drew Bradley wants to set up a play as Hart and Bianco will look at their little play cards out of the back pocket. Now Hart will step in. They're ready to go. Tubb from the stretch checks the runner. Bianco at first. Will check him and throw back. Bianco is in time easily. Tubbs' first pitch to Hart, and Hart lines it into left center gap. Bianco
Great
will
hit.
use his wheels and make it to third. And Hart gets a single and gets Bianco all the way to third.
An absolute great hit from A.J. Hart, sending it out towards shallow center left field. And like you said, able to advance Hart over to third base. And just like that, the Cougars went from having no people on base to one in scoring position, one on first, one out on, and back at the top of the lineup here with Kyle
I
Vidano.
was about to say, take a guess who's up, too. The
So
guy
let's see
you won up for the Cougars.
And let's see if Vidano can work, and he does bunt the ball.
And he is safe with an infield single on the bunt, and he brings in a run.
So the intended sacrifice bunt brings in a run and sends Vidano over to first and Hart over to second. So now the Cougars lead at 2-0. So far, Dallas Smithers up to bat now. And the Cougars they have the momentum behind them.
Tubbs' first pitch is a curveball that falls from high to low for a strike. Averett still threatening here with runners on first and second with one out. Smithers up to bat. And he almost got that one in the right spot, but fouls it towards Averett's dugout to bring the count to 0-2. Vidano at first, Hart at second. Smithers at the dish. Tubbs 0-2 is low and away for ball one. Good eye by Smithers to lay off that one.
You're kind of in a tricky situation when you go down 0-2. Kind of a lot of things you can be thrown at you.
Yeah.
But good eye from Smithers.
To lay off of the garb.
Smithers readies up back at the plate. Tubb looking down, 1-2 pitch. Low and outside, brings it to 2-2.
Smithers has another little hole between third and second here if he can get it there. Tubb, long stare in. Now he's ready, and Smithers will call time at the plate.
And Smithers 2-2 count. One out on, two runners on base.
Pitch fouled straight back. Another 2-2 with yet again the number 2 at the dish. Here's the 2-2 and is grounded very high to the shortstop, and he will try and get it to first, but not in time. That was almost like a softball hit. The way Smithers whapped it at the ground.
And Smithers and the Cougars doing a good job with their hits. Vidano had the intended sacrifice bunt that got him a single, and then Smithers, the chopper over the shortstop, able to get him over on first and advance the runners at base.
We have a little field difficulty over at third base as Hart was sliding into third, kind of tore up the base.
Looks like third base is ready to go on his lunch break over there, checking out of the game.
Back in the ground, we're ready to go. But coach for Wesleyan will come out, and he wants to have a little talk with Tubb, his first baseman, and the catcher.
And so while they talk, we're going to go to break, and we'll be right back here the rest of the bottom of the 5th inning. And so we're back after some difficulty with the third base, trying to get it back in the ground. Bradley Tickle up to bat with the bases loaded and just went out on the board.
First pitch to Tickle is outside. Is outside.
Two-0 count for Tickle.
Tickle bats from the left side again. Switch hitter, the only switch hitter for the Averett starters today.
That 2-0 pitch came in. A strike down the middle.
Brings the count to 2-1. 2-1 to Tickle. Low and away. And now it is 3-1. And Tubb has nowhere to put Tickle, so he has to have a strike here.
And got to think Tickle swinging no matter what.
You think so? Let's see. He was, and this ball's fouled off. I would have definitely been swinging it. I don't know about you.
So full count, bases loaded, just went out on the board.
Tubb, wind up, stretch, and the pitch. Another foul ball off to the left side. Tickle is fighting. Tubb another long stare in to his catcher Beaver. And here comes the pitch.
And Tickle able to send this one up towards center field. And A.J. Hart able to come in, and Vidano able to get over on third. Smithers will stay on first.
Was deep enough for Hart to tag from third. So he did do his job, although it wasn't out. Cushion the lead to 3-0 for Averett now, here in the bottom of the 5th.
So Chase McKinney up to bat now for the Cougars. As you mentioned, 3-0 lead here for the Cougars, as they have almost made their way through the lineup here in this inning.
Almost, yeah.
And again, some more issues with the third base over there.
Which is using that, looks like a spoon he's digging with out there.
And if it works, you use it, huh?
Yes, sir. We're ready to go again. Third base back in its respective spot.
Chase McKinney up to bat for the Cougars with a 3-0 lead.
Runners on first and third, 2 outs. He just tuggles a 0 pitch. Oh! Was a foul ball. He actually might have swung to get out of the way as he was falling there. More of a defense reaction, unfortunately. Brings the count to 0-1. Because that for sure would have been a hit by pitch had he not came around, twisted around. Tubbs, 0-1 pitch. And this is smacked into the gap, but it will not get down. Hung just a little bit. Johnson's out there to get it.
So the Cougars able to put up 2 runs in that inning. Increases their lead to 3-0 off of some good batting at the plate. So we're going to bring you to the top of the 5th inning here after a quick break. And up to bat for Wesleyan will be Brad Pennington. Like that ball went backwards and ricocheted off of Hutchins' face mask there. Got to think if Brad Pennington has any connection to former Marshall great and NFL quarterback Chad Pennington.
that would be something. I don't think
He
so.
sends his chopper over to shortstop and not able to get the throw over in time was Nick Taylor as he kind of bobbled the ball in his glove.
Up to bat, number 39, Nate Gardner.
Will be credited.
Really like that call. He just gave us a bad look. So I don't want to change that back to an error.
So, visitor or home errors -1. Or no. Visitor hits -1.
So 0-1 count.
And home errors +1. I'm not sure, but
And Gardner. 1-1 count for Gardner. Like he went across the plate, but they say he didn't.
Must have just held up.
And Pennington rounding second as he was able to steal off of the wild pitch. So 1-2 count here for Gardner.
So put 2 balls.
okay, they
Just put a ball.
Put a ball. Is it full count now?
2-2 count up here for Gardner. And pitch comes in high, takes it to a full count.
Wesleyan is a base runner in scoring position with no outs.
And they catch Gardner swinging and reaching hard on that pitch for a third strike.
Like a beautiful slider down and away. And he was chasing in the dirt for that one.
Trey Kroom will step up. And I want a runner over on second.
Trailer has been working good today for the Cougars. Got out of a jam. Started the first 3 innings off very well.
Pitch right down the middle for strike 1.
Beautiful curve ball in the top left corner.
Trailer taking a long look back at second.
You say squeeze bunt, score the run.
Pitch low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Pitch comes in high, makes it a 2-1 count here for Kroom. Swinging and missing.
Brings the count to 2-2. Two pitch from Trailer. Catch. Hits. Kroom on the back. That will put him on base. He's taking a slow walk down to first. That'll bring Coach Bailey out of the dugout.
Up to bat, number 19, Logan Andrews.
We'll see if that'll be it for Trailer today. Coach Bailey will leave him in. Having faith in his pitcher that he can work out of this jam right here, as he did the earlier one. With 1 out, runners on first and second. Averett up 3-0. Here in the top of the 6th.
So 2 runners on for Wesleyan, just 1 out on the board as Logan Andrews steps up. Ball fouled backwards. 2-1 count here for Andrews. Trailer getting ready for the 2-1 pitch. And swinging and missing is Andrews. That takes the count up to 2-2. And that pitch goes bottom right. Full count now, 3-2. And they decide to walk Andrews. 1 out on the board, so bases loaded for North Carolina Wesleyan with Caleb Nairn stepping up.
Up to bat, number 29, Caleb Nairn.
Someone is down there in the bullpen for Averett, and he's ready to go. One of the players just took off his cap and waved down.
Oh, 1 count for Nairn. And that pitch comes in inside, makes it an 0-2 count. And you got to think if someone does come in and relieve Traylor. He's pitched a very good game through 6 innings.
Yes, he has. Hasn't given up a run yet. They are going to say he went at that, and it's a strikeout.
Up the bat, number
And
27.
so this brings on Alec Titmus. Alec Titmus sends this one out towards right field, and it's going to land foul as Tyler Bianco was giving that one a chase. A 1 count for Titmus. Pitch outside. 1-1 count now.
You see it's 10-0 bottom of the third in softball?
Us?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna take that series from us. What's the rest of the games? Was it a full game?
So 2-1 count for Titmus. Taylor trying to get out of this bad situation. Titmus fouls this one out over his own dugout. So 2-2 count. Two count, 2 outs on the board, bases loaded. And a great way to stay in front of it by Neil Hutchins, as that was the third ball. Full count, bases loaded, 2 outs. This is a big pitch for both teams.
It really is. They would love to keep Wesleyan off the scoreboard here, top of the 6th.
And a chopper over the shortstop. And trying to fade away long throw from shallow left field all the way over to first base. Doesn't get there in time. So Wesleyan is able to put 1 run on.
Up the bat.
That run will not be charged to Trailer, though, due to the error by Taylor at short.
So Cedric Cornegie will step up now with bases loaded and 2 outs on. So 0-1 count for Cornegie. He sends this one high up towards center left field. And hauled in by A.J. Hart. So the Cougars only allow 1 run to come in. Through 6 innings. Headed towards the bottom of the 6th inning. Your Cougars lead it 3-1. We're back here where your Cougars do lead 3-1 after they're able to get out of that bad situation as best as they could. And Hutchins will send this one ground ball over to third base. And Hutchins able to take his time. And Hutchins pulled up there at the end like he tripped up.
Maybe the ball went off of him, Ed.
I don't know if the ball went off of him or if he
pulled a muscle.
caught his toe, and pulled his muscle. But he says he's good to go as he calls off athletic trainer Brian Benitez.
Coming up to bat, number 31, Matt.
So this brings on Matt Tuggle as Hutchins was able to run out that grounder over to third. And you've got to think that Caleb Nairn is tearing himself up, as it's not necessarily an error, but it's still, off of his hand would be his third hiccup of the game.
So 0 should be top of fifth, top of sixth should be 1. Or 5, prisoner at 0, and then.
On our first, no outs.
4-0.
Yeah, I mean,
The 0-0 pitch to Tubb is inside, right at his knees for strike 1.
So we need 1 run on this thing, right?
1-1. 0-1 is in the gap
And-
and into left field for Tuggle.
And
For a
here's the
single.
Cougars again with that great hitting that they've displayed so far this game. And it's not a lot of hits, but it's the smart hitting from the Cougars that's allowed them to get on base more this game, which causes them to be able to have more run opportunities.
You're 100% right, Ed, and that's about the 4th ball I've seen into that gap between third and short today.
And a lot of their hits have been in that direction, either that third shortstop gap or right there at third.
Or right over their heads, too. Runners on first and second for Averett. No outs. And Taylor shows the bunt, but misses it. It was a low ball. I don't know, Ed. I might have not bunted that. I might have pulled back. It was a low ball. But the right idea, trying to get the base runners over.
And with a good bunt here, like you said, you could get both his base runners in a scoring position.
Tubbs. 0-1 is in the dirt. Thought about throwing it down to second.
Beaver doing a good job of keeping that ball in front of him, getting up and getting ready.
Tubbs 1-1. Grounded on to second. The relay is in time for the double play. The 6-4-3 double play.
And luckily, the Cougars didn't have any outs on the board, so it does take 2 runners off, but it keeps Neil Hutchins over on third. And with Bianco coming up, he can make something happen, bring Hutchins in, and kind of pad the score right before the top of the 7th inning.
Hinton's 0-0 is right over the middle for strike 1. To Bianco. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Bring it to 0-2. Tubbs 0-2. Bianco thought about swinging, but laid off as it was just outside for ball 1.
One-two count for Bianco.
And he called out looking on a beautiful high breaking curveball. At the end of 6, it's Averett 3, Wesleyan 1. We'll be back.
Up to bat for the Battling Bishops will be catcher Nick Beaver as they trail by 2 runs here in the top of the 7th inning. Trailer will remain on the mound as it looked like the Cougars were warming a pitcher up, but he was able to pitch out of that jam. So they will keep him pitching. So the Cougars able to throw Beaver out.
Coming up to bat, number 21, Max Johnson.
So this ball popped right up over to A.J. Hart and hauled in. So the Cougars 2 up, 2 down early. This brings on Brad
pitches, too.
Pennington.
On 2 pitches as well, Ed.
You got to think Trailer's loving that.
Yes. He's pitched a great game today. He deserves the complete game win.
First pitch in for a strike. Oh-2 count here for Pennington. And he's going to chop this one over to shortstop Nick Taylor, and he's throwing out at first. So 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Your Cougars lead at 3 runs to 1.
We're back here in the bottom of the 7th. Is Averett coming up to bat? There is a new pitcher for Wesleyan, Michael Smith, right-hander, number 32, will take over for Tubb, who went 6 innings, giving up 1 earned run on 7 hits. And Smith's first pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1.
3-1.
2-0 count. And Hart sends that one flying backwards.
Two one pitch. High curveball. The 3-1 pitch from Smith is hit on ground to Tittle at short, who throws it to first.
It's a hard
first
ground
out.
ball. It's a good idea for Hart to dig that out because, as we've seen on this field, the ball takes weird hops. And you can't really
Yeah.
tell when you're coming.
It
So
has been unpredictable today at that shortstop spot, especially.
absolutely. So Kyle Vidano will step up to the plate and went out on the board and see if he can get something rolling for the Cougars.
Smith's first pitch skips to the catcher. Make it a 1-0 count. Is smacked up the middle. Titmus was there, but it booted off of his glove. That will be Wesleyan's third charged error of the game. Has hurt them. Two of those errors are reasons for runs.
So this brings up Dallas Smithers with Vidano over on first.
Dallas Smithers.
Vidano 18 for 21 on the year for stolen bases. So he is someone
That is very good.
definitely want to watch out for if you're Wesleyan.
Smith, quick throw to first. Vidano's back in time easily.
Of course, trying to keep Vidano as close to that base as possible.
Yes. Especially with that stat you read. Very good on the base pass.
Smithers will take a time.
We're right back. And here goes Vidano, and he is in.
And he will be called safe.
So bump that stat to 19 for 22 on the season.
Vidano doing what he does best. 1-0 count for Smithers.
With that, Smithers has a chance to drive in Vidano. Make it a 4-1 game for Averett. 1-0 pitch is a curveball high. Makes the count 2-0. Smith's 2-0 pitch. Inside and high. Three-0 count to the left fielder, Smithers. Vidano on second.
And that one comes down the middle for the first strike. Just went out on the board. Vidano over on second.
Pick off the second. Oof, Vidano just back in time. Close play. Here's Smith's 3-1 as Vidano is on the run. And he will have to get back. And he will get back as it was a hit and run. But Smithers got under it and popped it up to the center fielder.
Coming up to bat, number 15.
So this brings on Bradley Tickle with 2 outs on the board and Vidano over on second. And with any space of time, Vidano could take third and put himself in an even better scoring position. Or even with just a single, Vidano could score from second.
Very possible. Averett would like that. Just pad that Pad that lead towards the end of this game.
So it looks like there's going to be another pitching change. And if I'm not wrong, it looked like it was going to be number 11, but that doesn't seem to be right. And there is a pitching change. We're just waiting to see the number.
It is 11.
And it is going to be number 11, Luke Mills.
Good eye, Ed. Did say that.
Now coming to the pitch, number 11, Luke Mills.
Mills will most likely finish this game out. We're going to take a break as he warms up, though, here on the Averett Sports Network. So we're back here after Mills gets some time to warm up. 2 outs on the board. Vidano over on second. Tickle at the plate. Pitch comes in outside for ball 1.
Mills, this is his 11th appearance on the season. He's got a 3.86 ERA, 21 strikeouts, and 8 earned runs. Also has an 0-run record with 3 saves.
And Trevor, it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Tickle here.
Surprising. 2 outs. I guess they think he has been hitting good. They don't want him to pad the game anymore.
So I guess they see something they like with McKinney.
Coming up to bat, number 16, Chase McKinney.
See if McKinley can't bring a run in here. It's the first pitches. Well, frankly, I don't know where that missed. Looked like it was right down the middle, but ball 1. And
McKinney will send this one up towards right field. And tracking it down was Max Johnson. Now, so Cougars lead it 3-1, headed towards the top of the 8th inning here on the Averett Sports Network. Nate Gardner up to bat here for the Battling Bishops here in the top of the 8th inning. They do trail by 2 runs. And Traylor will remain on the mound. Ryan Traylor has pitched an absolute amazing game so far. Only allowing 1 run to come across the plate through 8 innings. Or through 7 innings. We're on the 8th inning.
That's terrible. That's terrible. These are long days.
He's getting money for today. But
And he should be getting his hour. That's $5.
oh no. He can choose which one he wants to leave and get both.
Coming up to bat, number 36, Trey.
So after Bianca was able to haul that ball in over in right field, this brings on Trey Kroom. And Nick Taylor able to
Cover there.
exactly after dropping that ball off of the weird hop, they're able to sling it and rock it over to Tickle.
Coming up to bat.
So the Cougars 2 up, 2 down. This brings on Logan Andrews. Oh, 2 count here for Andrews. This trailer looks to go 3 up, 3 down. And that's a close pitch. And that's when he was calling a strike in the first 2 innings.
The umpire wanted to call that one as well. Eh?
So 1-2 count.
I really thought he was going to ring him up.
Over to Nick Taylor. They go in another weird hop for Taylor, but he's able to manage it and send it over to first base. So 3 up, 3 down for the Cougars. 3-1 lead heading into the bottom of the 8th inning here at Owen Fulton Field.
Back here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Averett up 3-1, coming up to bat here. Leading off for the Cougars is Neil Hutchins, the catcher.
And yeah, Neil Hutchins is someone who, if he gets a couple of pitches, he's pretty much surefire to get on first base.
This first one is a curveball outside. 1-0. A 1-0 from Mills. Low, but a strike. Gives the count out at 1-1. The 1-1. Another curve, but chest high on the outside of the plate for strike 2. Mills 1-2. He's called strike 3. Hutchins is caught looking at the first out of the
And
inning.
Neil Hutchins wasn't too happy about those last 2 strike calls. Thought they were more outside than what they should have been. But nevertheless, this brings up Matt Tuggle for the Cougars. And you've got to think the Cougars won at least 1, maybe 2 more runs heading towards the top of the 9th inning.
Feel extra safe. His first pitch is check swing, but fouled off the knob of his bat, Tuggle's bat. 0-1 count. The 0-1 curveball. Inside call for strike 2. I don't think Tuggle liked that one. The 0-2 curveball inside, same spot, grounded to the shortstop, tip miss. Throws it in time to corner gray.
So Nick Taylor, the shortstop, will step up with 2 outs on the board and no runners on to help him.
Both pitchers looking to execute back-to-back 1-3 innings here. First pitch from Mills is outside. Second pitch is strike on the low outside corner. 1-1. Is strike curveball, right belt height in the middle.
1-2 count, 2 outs for Taylor.
Mills, the 1-2 pitch. On the outside for a curveball.
And that looks like one of those pitches he was calling a ball in the top of the 8th inning from Trailer, but nevertheless, Cougars heading to the top of the 9th, 3-1 lead. Let's see if they can finish the game off here at Owen Fulton Field. So we're back here on the Averett Sports Network. Brandon Wheat will pinch hit and step up to the plate. And Dallas Smithers at the mound. And I believe out in left field would be Zach DiCarlo. And I believe I've got all of the changes that were made there in between innings.
Raven, Drew said to come down to Averett's dugout to film the last half inning on your phone for highlights.
Oh, right.
Good thing I found when I was in started. Because my phone was still on 1%. 20 minutes ago. Where is that's their dugout inside of it. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Two 2-1 count for Wheat. And swinging and missing hard there. It's Brandon Wheat. And Wheat sends this one over to Vidano at second base, and an easy pitch and catch for Vidano and Tickle over at first base.
Coming up to bat, number 27, Alec Titmus.
Alec Tickmus up now to the plate for the Battling Bishops. As Smithers looks to bring this game home.
I can't play well. I'm about sleep exhausted.
First pitch called for a strike.
I could probably fall asleep just like this. Up in this chair without a ball.
Smithers, 4.65 ERA in the season, 10 appearances, 2-3. He's got 2 saves. Got 20 strikeouts to 16 earned runs.
I hate public speaking, but that's what it is.
So Smithers one out on the board. 1-2 count for Titmus. Titmus pops this one up. And giving chase was Bianco. And he laid out for the ball, but it landed foul, just foul. So Titmus stays alive. And swinging and missing is Alec Titmus.
Coming up to bat, number
So
12,
this brings up Cedric Kornicki with 2 outs on the board and no runners on base. Down by 2 in the top of the 9th inning.
He's gonna hit a 2-run homer by himself. That was kind of weird. You know, just put it on there.
Oh, 0-2 count here as these pitches that are landing kind of outside are being called strikes now. And like you said, his strike zone is moving in and out. So Smithers one strike away from ending the game. And Carnegie able to get a piece of it and stay alive at the plate. And swinging and missing is Cedric Carnegie on the last strike of the evening. Cougars win this game 3-1, the second game of the doubleheader against the Battling Bishops. And what a great game pitched from Ryan Traylor. Honestly, he pitched 8 innings and probably could have pitched the 9th inning, but his arm was probably too tired to come out here and pitch the final 3 hitters. So nevertheless, the Cougars get the win into the second game of the doubleheader 3-1. And for Trevor and everyone else in the sports information department, we want to wish you a happy rest of the weekend and a good night.